Hi, Mousy. How's it going? Did you see that I scheduled my live wrong? I had it for tomorrow night. And then I'm like, no one's here. Oh, well, maybe put it at the correct time. Did you get your bubble water? Peer pressure does work, Grace Case. I was like, I don't know if I should go live. I've had a drink. And spoiler alert, I'm having another one. So whatever I say during this stream doesn't count. That's my disclaimer. It was peer pressure, and it sure did work. All right. Do you guys want to come up and chat? Should we do a full-on chat stream? For a moment, I was like, Mousy, should you come up with a Xanax and a Percocet in your system? Hang on, I can't. There you go. Where's Teresa? She gave me the please hands. Somebody else has arrived. I don't blame you, Grace Case. I would too. So, I did listen to your stream earlier. Hey, Deb Mormer, how's it going? And I didn't comment. Well, first I was driving when it started, but then I didn't comment because it felt like private, like for all of you to work it through. But I was there supporting you. Hey, Teresa. Deb Mormer, they got me the way I got you the other night. We were in a chat and they're like, go live. I'm like, all right, I guess I will. That damn Discord. I mean, I'm really weakening. You are usually an hour late, Teresa, but that's the beauty of the Friday night stream, that it's just, pop in, pop out. When you can get there, you get there. If you can't, you can't. It's just the relaxing end of the week stream. I actually really like that stream. And let's talk about my channel for a second, shall we? I kind of think that my little channel, I don't know. It's like people I have less views, but I have longer views, which I think is good because now it's the people who want to be here. Oh, how did you know you hit your limit, Deb? They send you an email? Because I have the free version too. And I did not think about that, but that's okay. Welcome, Mousy. You are muted, which means you're settling in.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay!
Oh, it won't let you log in? I didn't factor that in. Well, whatever.
Yeah. So I had to do this on my phone because apparently my laptop has gone MIA again. I think it was stolen by a teenager. So I have to find that again because I don't know where she put it. It's like, where did my thing go? Where did my laptop go? Why
You
is
need to
it
be like,
gone?
stop touching my laptop, kid.
I'm like, come on, man, at least tell me. Like, kid, come on.
I thought you did great, Grace Case. And I did not pick up on any of that at all.
I need to open the chat so I can see that.
What did you miss, Deb Marmer? Well, Grace Case, that is a brilliant idea. Does that work? Did you see that, Mousy? Where, because Deb ran out of her StreamYard hour. She has the free version. So it won't even let her. It won't even let her log in.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think we've got like 20 hours or something. I need to look because I don't remember exactly how many hours you get on the free version.
I want to say 10, but maybe it is 20. Is it like 10 a week?
I thought it was like so many a month. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I think it is. I think Deb's right. I think it is 20.
Oh, it's only
and Deb,
20
you're not
a month.
boring. But
But then, okay, I
see,
also thought only 2 people could come up on panel if you have the free version, but that is not true.
Another thing that I was looking at is maybe that's why we want to start trying to do the OBS, is in case we run out of hours.
Oh yeah, well, I wanted to learn. There's StreamYard. What's the other one? Streamlabs,
and then OBS, and I think there's another one, but I'm not sure.
Free is only 6 people on panel. Okay. I wonder where I got 2 from. I just made that up, I guess.
Teresa's here. Hey, Teresa.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I missed you. Sorry.
But I figure, I'm like, between all of them, like, you can get more hours. You just have to go through learn a different platform. Because I'm not willing to pay for it yet. I think OBS is free. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's why. I think that's why Ray was trying to get me to look into OBS so hard, because you get so much more with OBS for free than you do with StreamYards. But I still haven't looked into it. But I'm thinking I might do that now.
Well, and I've heard OBS is better for most things, except for if you have people on your panel. I think that's what people complain about.
Well, see, most of the time I'm by myself, just talking away. So I guess maybe use the OBS when it's just going to be me, and then StreamYards if I'm going to have other people up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
Well, and we need to do, we should do a Monday stream, and we'll just call it we don't know what we're doing, we're learning.
Yeah.
We'll just try all the different platforms. Because that's how we can scam our way through getting it for free. Because I'm not willing to pay for StreamYard if I don't, my channel isn't monetized.
Yeah. Now, once I get monetized, I may fully, start paying for some stuff. But until then, I'm going to ride that free stuff as much as I can.
Yeah, Deb, it's the same thing. I'm like, I can swing it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I just use my headphones as a microphone and all that stuff. It works. It works. I'll figure out, I'll pay for stuff. Plus, I don't want to pay for StreamYard because I haven't tried any of the other services. So I don't even know what's what I prefer. And like Mousy said, we should learn OBS.
Yeah, and I mean, we got other options, but we need to actually, start dipping our toes into those and see what we like.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so far from being monetized, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's like I'm not even somewhat close. Now, I start getting some more subscribers and stuff and actually start promoting my stuff a little bit more and get my stuff together. Then yeah, I will start, like even if it's like I'm starting to run out on hours on the stuff, then I might look into paying for it. But until I get there, until I get comfortable, no, not paying for nothing yet.
I don't look at my sub count at all because I'm stuck in like the early 50s. I'm like, it'll go up, but it just as quickly comes back down. So, and then, but I do look at my watch hours. I like to celebrate those. Well, yeah, but you've only been a channel for how long, Deb? I mean, I'm pretty proud of 52 subs because, first of all, if there were 52 people in this room right now, I would be like, there's a ton of people in here. So I think it's a lot.
Yeah, and like I've only got like 55, and I mean I'm not stressing that. And my kiddo keeps pressing me to go and start streaming on Twitch because you can get monetized there so much faster. I'm like, but no one uses Twitch that I know.
I know, and
So
I don't like the Twitch platform. I mean,
yeah,
I get it that you can get monetized faster because I was over watching another guy who got demonetized on YouTube and he switched to Twitch, but then he still streams to YouTube too. And I mean, I don't know. I don't like it over there. I don't pay for it. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but I hate all those stupid like gyms and bits and bob things and like if you comment so many times you get I don't know. I've only been on like 2 Twitch streams and I was like, what the hell is happening? I don't like any of this.
yeah. I mean, I used to watch streams over there when I would game a lot, like when I was doing video gaming. You know, I would totally, be over there. I'd also stream my games over there, but I just don't go there anymore. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't, it's a whole nother thing to get involved with. I'm like, I can do one lane at a time. Then we'll start changing. Then we'll start, swerving around.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'll learn YouTube because I still don't really know it. And then I'll like add other things. I'm like, no need to get ahead of myself. Like, just learn YouTube. I'm still like messing up screen sharing. So I don't need to add in anything more complicated.
Yeah, and I think once I can actually get myself like a little desk set up, because I'm when I'm streaming, I'm at the coffee table. So once I actually get myself a setup going too, I know it'll get easier. And because I finally have a mouse, and I didn't have a mouse before, and that was messing me up, and slowing me down. So I that's another thing I need to focus on. I need to get myself a little place set up to actually stream.
Yeah. I've been kind of messing with how I'm like using my house because I stream from my dining table, which is also where I tend to do my computer work. But I was trying to move it off my table because it's like the center of my house and I ate dinner here and stuff. So I'm trying to like separate and have like a specific place for work so that I can tell my brain it's no longer working, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I can understand that because it's like at dinner time it's time to eat, it's time to relax, and if you work there, it's like that's not a relaxing place anymore.
well, but then what happens too is like you just work all day and all night, but also you like goof off all day and all night, if that makes sense. Because like
Yeah.
everyone will go to sleep and I'll be like, whatever, I'm inspired and I'll do, this stuff. And then I'm like, it is 1 a.m. Like, stop it. I do have a space. So that's my whole thing. Because I have my it's so weird. I have my living room, which has a big TV in it, but I don't watch that TV because I don't like it. And then I have a TV room. So I watch TV in the TV room, which is actually a bedroom, and I have a desk in there. So I was looking at it today and I was like, I need to like redo this whole room and then move like work in there and then maybe watch TV in my living room. I don't know. It's complicated because, well, first of all, the only TV I'm watching is YouTube. So who cares? You can put it on the TV I hate in my living room. It's over my fireplace. That's what I hate it. And my living room is little. So it's too big a TV for the little room. And it's not pleasant to look at.
I can I can understand that. It's kind of why I don't have a TV in my den, because we have like one long window and then the fireplace, and then the other is like the other long wall that goes to a bedroom. So if we put a TV on that wall, the person in the bedroom can hear it. It's like there's nowhere to put something in this room.
Yes.
It's like, where does it go?
Well, in the living room is where I like to like read books, and that's where like if I have people over, we sit in there and talk and stuff. So see, Grace case, I would hang like a frame TV in there. First of all, I don't need a TV. I have 3 TVs in my house. I do not need 3 TVs. But if I did, I would put a frame TV, which looks like a piece of art, because my TV like sticks out from the wall. It's like 50 inches. No one needs a TV that big. And it's on one of those things where you can turn it and swivel it. So like you can watch it from the dining room and when I bought the house, like every man who walked in goes, "Oh, I love your TV." I'm like, get out of here. Stop loving my TV. And one night we were joking around because literally every man who walked in like stopped and complimented the TV. And then I said, "Oh, I should turn on like sports or something and I'll put like a beer in the front window and maybe like men will just start flocking to my house." And then the gas company had a guy out there like marking lines and he was walking up my front yard. And I was like, it's working already. I mean, it was like great timing that just like a strange man walking up my yard.
Oh god, that sounds like something I would do. Be like, look, we're gonna trap people. But yeah, never mind. I need to stop. Right, even get started.
Well, and it was weird because I looked out the window and he's like standing there staring at me and I was staring at him and I just waved at him. he's like, I'm just marking the gas lines for the.
He's gonna put in a beer line, see, to help you get more men to come watch sports.
I'm like, I don't really want him to watch sports though. I'm not a sports gal.
I'm kind of afraid Meatloaf is lurking around. I might get attacked.
I didn't like Twitch either, Grace case, and I agree that Teresa, don't bother with it.
Yeah, it's crazy over there.
Well, and the guy who I was watching talk about it, he said on Twitch though, yeah, you get monetized fast. He goes, but you can't stream like you do on YouTube. He goes, on YouTube, you can do an hour-long stream. On Twitch, you have to do like 6 hours, 7 hours.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's and the way I think Ray was also explaining it to me that you have to stream 40 hours in order to get monetized, but you don't have to get, they're not watch hours, it's actual stream hours. And the only thing is like people will try to sit there and stream for 24 hours thinking they can do it in 2 days. And it's like, no, you can't do that. So it's like, yeah, it's 40 actual stream hours, but they can't be like, you can't like stream for 3 hours and then stream another 3 hours in the same day and think you're gonna get 6 hours. I don't know. It didn't make much sense. I was like, you're confusing me. I can't do this right now. I was like, just one platform at a time.
Right. I wonder how YouTube determines their numbers.
I know, it's driving me crazy because I can't figure it out. It's goofball math.
I don't know. It's kind of fun to have a little like goal to work towards. Although I'm still like, my numbers are so low that I'm like, but I knocked my goal out of the like ballpark this week. I beat it by 5 hours. So what up?
Hey, you had a goal. You met the goal. You exceeded the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Deb? You said you hate your voice. I have no feelings about my voice, but it is when you hear your own voice, it's so weird and uncomfortable. And then I always think, I don't know how people could be friends with me with a voice like this. But then Teresa one stream told me that she liked my voice. Teresa, I am still riding that high. I'm like,
Hey, the last couple of streams you did, I fell asleep listening to you. So, it's very calming voice there, dude. Very calming.
thank you. No, just randomly throughout the day. Like the other day, I was singing a song, and I'm like, maybe I do not have a good singing voice. But I was like, Teresa told me my voice sounds nice. So Teresa, that little compliment has popped in my head like 30 times. Oh, thanks, Deb. But your own voice sounds awful to you, you know?
Mm-hmm. I always think I sound like a little kid.
I think I sound like I am clenching my jaw or something. And I also noticed my S's are weird. I'm trying to think of, I don't know, because sometimes I listen back to my stream and then I'll go, that is horrible. That's real irritating how I talk. But I don't have to listen to it. You guys do. I mean, I'll sing for you. See, here's another voice compliment, Teresa. One day we were in the car. I think there were like 4 or 5 of us. And we had been drinking. And we were singing Janis Joplin. And I was like going to town singing my heart out because just because I don't have a great singing voice, who cares? And then I apologized to everyone on the star or in the car. I said, sorry guys, but I really love this song, so I'm singing it. And then this guy said, I don't hear anything wrong with your singing. I mean, he didn't say I was a good singer, but he said he didn't hear anything wrong. So
that didn't mean you were a bad singer. See?
Exactly. I'm like, what a great way to not compliment someone. I mean, I still think of it sometimes when I'm singing. I'm like, I don't know. Bill said that he didn't hear anything wrong when I sing.
And I have noticed the older I've gotten, I've kind of developed a lisp. And I'm like, where does that come from? Why?
That's my S thing. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think it's just over analyzing yourself.
Yeah. At least I know now I don't have a shrill voice because, Grace Case has fallen asleep to me, so I'm not scaring people.
No. If any of you had an irritating voice, I would not watch your videos. Yeah. I'm
That's why I don't
terrible
watch
singer.
KJ.
Her voice doesn't bother me.
It does now. It used to not, but now it's like it's the way she starts her videos.
That's just like awkward behavior that makes me uncomfortable.
Maybe that's what it is, but it's like, nope, can't watch that. Done.
Because it's like a fake pleasant greeting. She's like, "Hey, everybody." No, that even sounds too real.
It's like you're not that happy.
Yeah,
Don't
like
even fake it.
Where she's like, "Hi, everyone. Like, great to talk to you all." And really, she's like, "I hate all of you. You guys are all idiots."
She's the only smart one. She, in her head.
It's just socially uncomfortable.
Yes, it is. Sorry, It's like I'm glad she is that confident of herself. I really am, but I can't deal with it. Can't watch her. I just can't anymore. It's like even if she didn't have the problematic behavior, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I just don't. Very rarely. Well, I don't know. I say that. I hate watch more than I think I do. Okay. In choir, you don't sing the final S. Interesting. Teresa. Man! Look at Teresa with the voice compliments. Do you see that, Mousy?
I know.
You sound
It's like
a cool chick to me.
But I'm not one of the cool kids.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. It's like I'm just hiding over here. It's like I'm the little mouse. I'm just over here hiding. It's like hi. It's like just just yeah. I don't know. It's a thing. It's always been like internal monologuing with myself. It's like I'm not one of the cool kids. But I don't know. I'm not gonna psychoanalyze myself right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a cool kid, but I also don't think I care. Because I mean, isn't everybody cool though? Well, no, not everybody, but like essentially everyone. You're gonna have an interesting conversation with like most people you meet.
Yeah, and I guess everyone considers like their group, the cool kid group. So I could see it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't even.
Well, if I'm a cool kid, then Teresa's a cool kid. That see, we're cool kids now. So
I would say I would not describe myself as a cool kid though, but I also I don't know. I don't care. I just bop along in my own world. I don't even. Well, like, what does cool mean?
exactly, it's like I'm sure like there's other people there's some people who are like, oh yeah, we're part of the cool kids. It's like, what you mean? No, you're not. So I can see it. Everyone's got their own definition.
Yeah, because and I don't think like cool kids really exist in the adult world. So I look back at school and I'm like, I don't know what I was. I always, I just talked to whoever I was sitting by. And then they would try and move me and I would get moved. They'll be like, we'll put her by the smelly guy. And I'm like, won't stop me. Anyway, like I was telling Mousy over there.
It's like, we're going to talk now.
I know. And then one time I got moved to sit next to the teacher. She was like, you can't shut your mouth. And I'm like, no, obviously not. And I'd like tried to talk to her. And she's like, well, I'm the teacher. I'm like, I don't care. I've got to get this information out. So sometimes I just sit in the hall by myself.
Oh,
And every report card ever said, like, excellent student, talks too much. I'm like, still do.
but then they want, people to socialize more. It's like, but how are you going to have people socialize if they can't talk? Like, how's that supposed to work? Make it make sense.
Well, then I was like, little do you know, I also enjoy alone time. So, not a punishment.
It's like, I can be alone. I'll just talk to myself. That
Yeah,
was
I
my
get
own thing.
along with most everyone too, Grace Case. Sorry, Mousy.
It's, okay. It's like I just usually talk to myself. It's like, just hold a conversation here. It's like,
I totally do that. And then sometimes I'll be like, I think I told you all this. And I'll be like, or did I? And was that an imaginary conversation in my head? / also, I said it out loud. I mean, I talk to myself a lot.
sometimes I will do that. Like when I'm looking for something, I'll talk to myself about what I'm looking for. And my husband will be like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, it's my own conversation here." He's like, "I'm okay. I'm gonna. Do you need help?" And I was like, "No, I'm good, but I probably do need help."
Yeah, I think it's good to talk to yourself.
At least I'm not arguing with myself. That would be the bigger problem. That would, yeah. If I just start having fights with myself, oh man.
I don't have fights with myself, but I will chastise myself a bit. Because I'll do things like, I shouldn't set this here. And then I set it there and knock it over and break it or whatnot. And I'm like, oh, you even thought you shouldn't set it there. So why did you set it there? See, we were all talkers in school.
I was probably the only quiet kid, though. I was probably the one. Let's just get through the day. Yeah. Okay, I was really quiet at like the beginning of school, and at the end, I became the talker. It's like high school, I kind of opened up a little bit more. Up until then, it's like, no, I didn't talk to anyone. I was like, just get through the day.
I always got in trouble for talking. And like Grace Case and Teresa, I got the seating charts rearranged. They'd be like, this isn't working. Grace Case, I went to school my whole life with someone whose first name was the same as my last name, and we happened to be in alphabetical order. So one of us always got skipped on like projects or roll call and stuff, and because our names were the same. And it semi was awesome. But now you do, Deb. You get in those chats and you chat it up and you're growing your channel. And you can't do your own channel wrong because you're doing what you want to do. That's the beauty of it. People come along and say they don't like it, tell them to hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to stick around. Like,
yep.
Hang out with the people that do want to be here. Go on.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm excited about where my channel is, because I think the people who don't like it left. And now it's just people who want to be here.
Yeah, want to hang around, chat, kind of just see where things go. We got to talk about the soda stream in a minute, though, dude.
Mousy.
I got a soda stream.
Mousy got a soda stream, everyone. And No, I did not peer pressure her to do it.
Totally my decision. It was totally my decision.
But I did find her the most amazing deal with which to get that soda stream.
Oh, heck yeah, you did. And it
So,
might be even more amazing. We'll let you know in a week or so.
no one cares about soda stream but us.
Well, tomorrow we get to play Soda Fountain because my sister-in-law, she she wanted to get on the Soda Stream action, so she wanted the soda flavoring for the Soda Stream. So tonight, while we were picking up our groceries, we went and got her the syrup. So tomorrow she's gonna play Soda Fountain. So I'll let you know how that goes. We just have to find the orange soda flavor because they didn't have that one.
Dude, I'm excited for you to try those because I have never made soda with my soda stream.
Yeah, and I'm thinking because of as aggressive as we got that water the other day, if we can make soda like that, that's going to be great.
Dude, that's the beauty of the soda stream is you can really make aggressive sparkling water, which is my preference. Like LaCroix, take your fake bubbles and get out of town. I have no interest in you. Also, side note, because my soda stream has broken. It's not bizarre, Grace Case. I'm very passionate about sparkling water. I drink it every evening. I have them all ranked. LaCroix has a gentle bubble. I don't enjoy it. It's pointless. And if you don't, you have to pop your LaCroix and begin to chug it if you want to enjoy any sort of carbonation.
Exactly.
Like, I can't just, settle in to watch a stream and sip on my sparkling water like a normal human. But with the soda stream, I can choose my bubble level.
And if you carbonate that thing 5 times, like it says, if you want aggressive bubbles, do it 5 times. I was like, oh dear God, that's a lot of bubbles. That was quite intense.
I know, when you said 5 times, I was like, whoa.
But it would have made an awesome soda. I'm telling you, man, it would have been that would have been great.
Well, and that's why certain sodas are amazing. Like Dr. Pepper, because of the bubbles, is good.
Yeah. Pepsi's like LaCroix. Not enough carbonation.
Really? Because I'm a regular Pepsi Diet Coke drinker. Although I do not buy regular Pepsi.
Yeah, I think it's a southern thing because we're all we do is like Coke down here. Lots of Coke. All the Southerners love their Coke, but it's that Dr. Pepper, and we don't call everything's a Coke here. Like everything. Do you want a Coke? Okay, what flavor?
I come from soda territory.
Yeah, see, and I don't understand. We don't call it soda. We don't call it pop. It's you want a Coke, and if so, what flavor? Everything's Coke.
Teresa, I'm glad you asked how the soda stream works. First of all, you have to get, I'll tell you my experience. I have 4 bottles. I don't think it's enough, but I'm also not willing to spend more money. I'm hooked on Diet Coke too, Grace Case. I have 1 a day at least. No more than 2 though. But you just use regular tap water and then you hook it up to the machine, which does not use electricity, and you choose how many times and the length of time you pump CO2 in the water. So you choose your carbonation level. But I think I'm like when you said 5, Mousy, I was like,
And
yes.
it was the little 1 second hold that it said to do too. Like, we didn't go crazy with the hold down, It was just like push and let go, like it said to do. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And our tap water never tastes good, and we did it with just plain tap water. So I was like, wow, this is interesting.
Oh, see, where I live has amazing tap water. And like that's all I drink is tap water. But the key is also you have to chill your soda stream water. So that's why the 4 bottles not quite enough. But it is. Like it's part of my evening routine to refill my soda stream bottles, refill my plain water jug. I have a whole shelf in my fridge that's just water. And then the one, see, let me tell you about this. So when I bought my soda stream, I bought an older model because I liked the aesthetics of it better. So mine, you like push down and then it lights up a little. It'll be like 1 little bubble, 3 little bubbles, and then like 5 little bubbles. And it makes a noise like a school bus. You know, that school bus brake noise that's like.
It still makes the noise, even if you don't get the electric one. I've noticed, like, it because mine makes this crazy noise too. It's like, that's kind of scary, but I guess that's what it's supposed to be doing.
No, it doesn't use battery either, Grace Case. It's just
it's a pump, like I guess.
Well, it just uses the pressure from the CO2. So when you like push the button, you're opening the CO2 and it comes out into your water. And you got to be careful though because I have like not filled my water bottle up enough so the nozzle wasn't fully in the water and that shoots water everywhere. So watch out for that.
Okay, that's good to know. Also, the one that I got has the quick connect to it, so you don't have to screw it in. It just literally sets in, pops it, like you pop the handle down, and you're good to go.
Yeah, same thing. But like when you push the button, that's what like opens the CO2.
Yeah, and then it just shoots into the water, and it's great. And like, this thing's amazing. So I'm really excited to crack the syrups open tomorrow and see how that works.
I'm excited. I'm going to need a review on that because I've only ever made plain sparkling water. So.
Okay. So we have like 3 of the bubbly flavors. And that's supposed to make up to 12 liters of flavored water. And the soda stream drink mix is supposed to make up to 9 liters of cola. And it was $5.
Cola one too? Oh, you already okay.
Yeah, we got the cola and the Sprite flavored, the lemon lime, and we want to get the orange and the root beer, but they didn't have either of those. They had diet root beer, but I'm kind of sensitive to artificial sweeteners, so I was like, well, if I get that one, I can't try it, so we gotta wait. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna crack these open and get a bunch of water cold and see what we can do. And like our water is fine in the winter, and it's also better since we got like filters put on in the house for our tap water to come through, because we're on a well system, so we're not like on city water. And a lot of people out here don't have like regular water, like most, like, okay, yeah, city water, well water. We have the well water. Most people do have wells because we have a big water table, and it's just easier to get well water. So, yeah. But at least ours is maintained, and they do they have a filter on it as it's coming out of the well now, and then as it goes into the houses, they put like filters on everyone's houses for it.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
don't know why
just
the
to
water
make
where I live
sure.
is good. It's just good.
Well,
And
here is the here's a crazy story. And if you've ever heard of Aquafina, I can tell you that from the year 2000 until 2007, it came from Hammond, Indiana's local water source. It was Hammond's city water.
yeah, most bottled water is just tap water.
Yep,
That's a total ripoff.
it really is. I was like, wow, you mean I'm really just going, if I'm buying Aquafina, buying the water that comes out of my sink?
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen
With
anymore.
most of them, that's what's happening.
Yep.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
like, what do you think the Coke is made from? It's made from tap water. So the next row over, they just don't add the syrups and stuff.
And there's we have like a state park. Yeah, it's a state park. That's about 45 minutes south of us that has a spring, and they allow you to bring jugs in and actually take the spring water out. So, like grab up like a whole bunch of gallon milk jugs and take it to the spring and just go get your own spring water. And it costs $2 to actually get into the park. Why would you pay for, someone else to bottle it when you can go do it yourself? It makes no sense.
Or just turn on your tap water. Although I guess you have to be in a city with tasty tap water.
Yeah.
Grace Case, you can add whatever you want to your water and carbonate it. I add crystallized fruit to mine. I use have you guys ever heard of True like lime, True orange, True lemon? It's little packets. But it's real fruit that's been crystallized. So then I I can't drink the bubbly water or any of those with artificial flavorings because it tastes like chemicals. Some of them do have added sodium, Teresa. I don't know which ones.
Yeah, and I've noticed like you have to watch some of the sparkling waters cuz like okay, LaCroix doesn't have sodium and the Aldi one doesn't have sodium, but somewhere else's soda water had like a lot of sodium in it. I'm like, that's not. I was like, I don't need to swell any more than I have already. Thank you very much.
Yeah, see, Deb, I can justify buying a soda machine because I literally drink sparkling water every day. But
Yeah,
and I'm uptight about kitchen gadgets because I think most of them are a waste of money and space and like you have other I don't like the air fryer. I don't get it. I don't see the beauty of the air fryer. And last time I used my air fryer, I was like, I hate this air fryer. Like I got angry.
I also don't think all air fryers are created equal because not all of them work as well as others do.
Okay, I can buy that. But I also don't cook food a lot of like air fryer food. If that makes like I don't make chicken wings
Yeah,
or like French fries at home. So I don't know. And I've tried cooking I tried cooking chicken, like a chicken thigh in there. I mean, it was the same as cooking it in my freaking oven.
yeah. Well, see, like when I buy, because my kids like to eat a lot of chicken nuggets and chicken tenders and French fries and stuff like that, and they don't like putting it in the oven because it takes way too long. But if we put it in the air fryer, it cooks like half the time, and then I don't have to worry about them trying to, deep fry food. Because that, if I'm already trying to set stuff on fire, they're definitely going to do it. So, yeah, we're not going to let them deep fry yet. Maybe in a couple of years when they're a little older.
That's what I don't understand. How is it faster than the oven? Because everything that I've cooked is no faster. And you have to preheat the air fryer. So the air fryer, like, I don't know what I thought. I thought that it would be like a quick cook method, but it takes just as long. And then,
Yeah.
like, when I made the chicken and I made like roasted broccoli and all that, I had to do it in batches. So I I was like, what if I put this all on one cookie sheet? It would be I don't it and it cooks more even in the oven. Like you don't have to go in and flip it 87 times. I don't know. But I also maybe if I was into like chicken nuggets and that stuff. Maybe that's the issue. Is I don't eat the like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And we also like the one I have is more like a it's more like a toaster oven. So I can actually fit a full size like cookie sheet in there. And when I cook stuff in there, it does like if I
That's
cook
an
a meatloaf,
oven.
but it is, but it's not
That's
because because it's got that fan in there, like
that's
the air fryer
absolutely
fan.
an oven. You know what that
It is an
is?
oven. It is, but it has other features. Okay. So
Mousy.
because of that
You know why it
fan,
cooks faster? Because it's smaller.
and it's got a fan, but
The
it's like,
fan
okay.
doesn't like I used to have live in an apartment that had an apartment size oven. So it was, like smaller.
Mhm.
So it cooked things so much faster. Like if I don't know, was gonna make a frozen pizza and those take like 10 minutes, it would take like 5 or 6 in my oven. And I
Yeah.
had to go in and like rotate it. Like if I would bake a cake, I had to go in and like flip the cake on the different shelves because it was, a tiny oven.
Yeah.
So
But
you're
okay.
just trying to convince us to buy a smaller oven.
Yes, pretty much. But okay, here is the difference between the toaster oven I've got with the air fry feature and just the regular toaster oven. Okay, the ones because I've had two with the air fry feature, and I like them both. It's just one was a little. It had French doors, so you could actually fit a full size cookie sheet in there, and they did cook faster and they cooked more even. But if I use like the toaster oven, you have to go in, you have to pull it out, you have to rotate it, you have to flip it. But with this one, you didn't. And then like if you cook things like chicken strips or French fries or whatever, it had a basket that you put it in with a drip tray under it,
Yeah,
and
but
then
my microwave is also a convection oven.
yeah, but my microwave isn't. It's just a microwave. It's a sad little $49 microwave I got at Walmart.
I just think I'm like, I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. Your arguments are not convincing me.
It's like for the cost of the two, I could have probably just got like a really good convection microwave, but
You lost me at I can put a full size cookie sheet in my air fryer,
okay.
but therefore it's just an oven. I'm like, I don't see the beauty of it. Because like what's wrong with just using your oven then? Like wouldn't you just buy an convection oven?
Well, now I know that they do have ovens now that come with like the air fry feature too, and the convection and all that other stuff. But
Now they just call it air fryer.
yeah,
So
it's just
people
it's an
buy it.
air. Everything's an air fryer now.
Because they've had convection ovens.
Yeah, and oh, the one thing that did upset me though about the model that I bought on the French door toaster oven air fryer thing was it was supposed to have the rotisserie on it, and they gave me the wrong model, and I was not happy about that. I was like, I wanted the dang rotisserie.
See,
like,
How easy is this air fryer to clean?
oh, it's real easy. Like I just go in. It's got a little pan at the bottom that you pull out. You wipe it down and pop it back in,
Okay,
and
so it's
then it just wipes
easier to
out.
clean than
It is
a
way easier to
regular
clean than
oven.
an oven. I don't have to like get down on my knees and get in there and stick my head in the oven and hope someone doesn't kick me and close the door. It's like, let's get rid of mom.
Like,
My kid's in here looking at me like, oh my god, my mom has lost her mind.
because this is like, I just don't want anything else to. Here's my thing too. Mine has a basket. Like, you don't put an actual cookie sheet in there,
Yeah.
and the basket is a freaking annoying. It's like cleaning a cheese grater.
Oh, yeah. See, I wouldn't like that at all.
I mean, it's not like it's that hard, but also it's annoying because I'm like, if I put this piece of chicken on a cookie sheet and put it in my oven, then all I have to do is wash a cookie sheet, and that's easy. Yeah, Grace Case is with me. It's a gimmick. The air fryer is a scam. Most kitchen, I think, appliances and gadgets are scams. And but I mean, I get the lure of them because I want to fall for it too. And luckily, I did not purchase an air fryer. Someone let me borrow theirs. And I realized, and they don't even want it back. I'm like, I've got to give this back to you. They're like, I don't care.
It's like, no, you really don't. Yeah, and I wish I could tell you why my kids like using the thing as much as they do, but they do prefer it over the oven. I don't know. I got no answers. I think maybe because it has like the little basket that you put the stuff in and then you slide it in.
What are you doing?
Rolls. Hang on, let me find my little mute button here. Okay, I'll be like
I'm
two
like, I
seconds.
muted you mid speaking. I'm like, what is that noise? Shut her down.
It's like, no, don't do it. Hang on 1 second, I'll be right back.
Sorry, Grace Case. I tried to catch her. You've never seen what we're. But the little air fryers.
I gave up.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to open the bag of Tootsie Rolls. I was defeated. It won. I lost.
I'm like, I know Grace Case and I were like, what's happening? Shut that noise down.
I was like, maybe it'll just open if I pull. And it was like, nope, we're just going to crinkle more.
You can't do the Tootsie Rolls on the stream.
I was like, dang it. And I had a little pair of scissors out here, and I don't know if like the cat knocked them off the table. So now I've got to find those. That's all I need is for Meatloaf to hurt himself even more. Oh.
Just Brit enters the chat saying you don't have to preheat the air fryer. And every recipe I find says preheat. I think I just don't cook air fryer food, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I gotta agree with Grace Case there. If you have to use a disposable liner or some foil in a machine, then that's just a cheap way not to clean it. You should be cleaning your things, and you're just making more waste.
Yes.
More waste.
And you still have to wash the thing. I mean,
Exactly.
just because you used a liner doesn't get out of like, you still have to take it to the sink and clean it.
There's still germs. Still germs. Bacteria. Things you don't want in there.
It does defeat the purpose of the air fryer because that's why the basket has holes in it. So the air can, like, I don't know, convect around the food.
Yeah, you're not getting the full feature of the unit. It makes
Neither
no
am I.
sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Give me a recipe to try that'll convince me the air fryer is worth it. But for now, I think it is just something, and it's too big to like store in a cabinet. I mean, how many appliances do we have to purchase, people? Too many.
Well, now if you want to try something, Tyson does have air fryer chicken tenders now. If you wanted to try that air fryer out with something made for an air fryer, it's supposed to be specifically made for that air fryer.
See, okay. That's where I'm like, we are all just being manipulated. All they do, it's like the whole you have to replace your mattress after 8 years. That's made up. Otherwise, how are they going to get you to buy another mattress?
Exactly.
So the whole
Exactly.
air fryer thing, all the companies are like, excellent, put out the air fryer, and then we'll put out specific chicken tenders for air fryers.
We'll just make them smaller with lighter bread.
They're exactly the same. And yeah, like Grace said, but they're breaded. And I'm like, I just want a piece of chicken. Like, I don't eat chicken tenders and chicken nuggets and stuff. I don't know if it makes it taste weird, Teresa, but it's not. It's just a pain. And it did not. Like, I was really psyched about the vegetables because I'm like, man, is this going to be a new, awesome way to cook vegetables? And I have been let down with every vegetable I put in there. I'm like, I like them better roasted in the oven. I
See,
could,
I like the rice steamer method of steaming vegetables. That's just way better. But it's quicker than the air fryer too. It's like you just press a button and you do everything else.
I'm like, well, I'm same with roasting it. Although I steam vegetables too. Although, admittedly, I do buy like the steam fresh vegetables you can microwave. Um, it's interesting, Teresa. Must taste something's different. The George Foreman grill. I can get on board with that appliance. I mean, I don't have one, but I used to have one, and I did. Well, I used to live with someone who had one, and those are nice. And like the KitchenAid mixer, I always want one. I have no need for that. Mousy left town.
Huh?
I was like, did you go away?
No, sorry. I was being flagged down. I was sorry. Did two things at once. I got confused. I was like, what am I doing? But yeah, no, I have never used a George Foreman grill, and I think it's because I like playing with grill, with my real grill too much. It's like it'll be January cold, and I'll be out there with a fire going, sitting by it, like, let's cook a steak. I should probably try that. I might get less colds in the winter.
No, it's good for you to be out there in the cold, grilling. Yeah, I don't bake a lot, so that's why I'm. But anytime I do bake, I'm like, I wish I had a KitchenAid. Or when I watch cooking shows, I'm like, I do want a KitchenAid.
Oh, I would
But
kill for
kitchen
a
stuff,
KitchenAid.
like I mean, it sucks you in because anything you see, I'm like, that would be awesome to have. And then you look at your kitchen and you're like, this crap doesn't all fit in here. Also, I don't need it. Because think of how much stuff is in your cabinets that you don't use.
That is true. Like, I have stuff on top of my cabinets I'm looking at right now that I don't use. Like 2 extra coffee pots, smoothie maker that I think one of my that was supposed to go with Ellie last time she went to New Mexico, and she just left that there. We have 2 waffle irons up there. Don't know why we need 2 of those. I'm like looking, I was like, yeah, I don't use half of that crap up there.
That
And
like
I'm
gives me anxiety. I'm like, 2 waffle irons.
yeah, and now I'm afraid to look into the cabinets and see what's in there. It's like, wow, I need to reorganize the kitchen.
See, and they got you again. Smoothie maker. You know what that is? It's a blender.
Blender, yeah. Except you only make one smoothie at a time with it, and it has a cup system.
So does your regular blender.
Oh my god.
We're just sheep.
I'm a sucker for marketing.
We're like, naming something different. We'll buy it again.
They saw Mousy and they're
Can
like,
we not
sucker.
cook as much at one time? Bring it into my house. Like, will this cause me more grief? And is it harder to clean? Get it in here. I never understood, like, growing up, my mom would always be like, I don't want to clean that. Like, when we would be looking at stuff. And I'd be like, that's just so, heartless and she's no fun. And now I'm like, oh, I get it. She did not want to clean it.
She knew it would fall on her. And I think that's why the 2 waffle irons and the smoothie maker and those other coffee makers. Okay, now granted, the 2 other coffee makers, one is a Keurig, and I don't like buying the little replaceable pods, and the little ones that you fill up yourself are just kind of messy and a pain in the butt. So, yeah, that's why I don't use that. And then the other coffee pot is like one of those ones where it like makes like 2 it actually makes the coffee in it, and then it just like keeps dispensing it, and I did not like the way it made the coffee taste. So I really should just sell those things. Just get them out. Go ahead.
The Keurig, I love because they're like, how can we get people to drink instant coffee? Make it 1 cup at a time. And America went crazy. You know, the guy who invented the Keurig regrets it because of all the waste it produces.
Yeah, I can totally see that. And I mean, I do get there are some of the people who like the companies that make the pods that make them with like without the plastic on the bottom, and it's just like a filter type thing, like a tea bag almost. But
well, you can buy a refillable one.
Yeah, but those are a pain in the butt to clean too. It's like then you got to knock all the coffee grounds out.
See,
don't
want to clean it. We did have like a Keurig where I worked, which was nice in the afternoon because you didn't want to make a whole pot of coffee, so someone could make just a cup of coffee.
I hadn't even thought about like sending the Keurig to work with Brian, so like they can have it at the office. But now someone's like taking it upon themselves to just walk off with stuff, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not giving you this, $110 Keurig for one of your employees to take it home. Not gonna happen. So yeah, and they know who it is, and they're apparently not gonna do anything about it. It's like nice, who's like stealing people's random stuff at work, and it's not gonna do anything about it. That's why you can't have nice things, because yeah, that's me just grumbling.
I'm like, kitchen gadgets. They're a ripoff, most of them, in my opinion. And you know what else I find? That if you want to know what the good items in someone's kitchen are, like look for the ugliest cookie sheet because that's the good one to cook on.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
people
I
always,
can agree with that.
and you watch those like on Instagram or YouTube, and they'll be like, "Here's how to make your cookie sheet look like new," and I'm like, "Who cares?" I'm like cooking stuff in the oven, and then I'm gonna watch. Like, what do I care?
Oh no.
I agree, Deb Mortimer. The Keurig is, I mean, all that stuff. We're just like, it's ripe for our little brains. We fall right into it.
That is very true. We do. We fall for that. My phone is like froze up.
Oh no.
It's like, well, at least I'm still connected. So that's good.
Yeah, that's true. So if you fall off, we know what happened.
Yeah, my phone is like, no, I don't like you anymore. It's time to get a new one.
Me too, Grace Case. He's the one that made me start thinking about it because I'm like, he's right. Why would you have something that only does one thing?
Yeah. I mean, I fall for that crap way too much. I really do. Obviously, by the state of my kitchen, but yeah, I really need to quit doing that because, like I said, the coffee maker situation is a little out of hand. Like I should not have more coffee makers at this point, but I do have a little drink station now that I have built with one of the two that I actually use. So, at least I did something creative with it. And like that Deb just said, my coffee maker does save lives. It keeps me from, biting everyone's head off in the morning because I don't wake up early very nicely. I'm like a little mouse monster. It's like she bites, run. So, but yeah, I do. I buy way too many freaking gadgets.
Some people, I have a friend of mine that we call him the Little Mermaid because he falls for every little gizmo and gadget. And he'll buy like multiple ones. He'll be like, look at what this does. And I'm like, what? Stop it. We're like, okay, Little Mermaid.
You see him brushing his hair with a fork.
Yeah, some people are clutter bugs. I had somebody told me one time, because I am not a clutter bug. And they go, you're destined to fall in love with a clutter bug. It's how God gets rid of them. I was like, oh no. Typos are okay, Teresa. They're just called puzzler chats. People just have to figure out what you're saying.
I am a typo queen. I typo everything.
I know, but my phone changes stuff. Like, it'll change real words to not real words. And it should really be able to figure out if I'm typing like I am and I don't put the space in there. It's like, we don't know what this is. And I'm like, really? That's stumping your phone?
Yeah, my phone changes stuff. It doesn't catch the right word. It's like, come on, I know I didn't say that. I know when I was speaking into you did not hear me say that.
See, just Brit, there's always a clutter bug and a not clutter bug. But sometimes the clutter bug can like teach the not clutter bug to become a not clutter bug. I've seen it happen.
Let's hope that happens with me somehow, somewhere along the way. I don't need any more clutter. I seriously did think about like taking half the stuff in my house and like just throwing it away like a week ago. I was like, I wonder how much it costs to rent a one of those big dumpsters that they bring out, and we just throw everything away. I was like, are we even using that anymore? No, let's just get rid of it. And someone in the house was like, but that's someone else's stuff. I was like, are you using it? Are they using it? Let's just get rid of it all. I was kind of almost going to an extreme moment there. So
Run with that extreme moment because we don't use 90% of what is in our houses.
yeah, it's like I don't want to pack all this stuff up.
Deb, I hate when the phones correct swear words. Or like even when you're trying to type. Grace case. You're right. I'm like, clutter talk. You were gone, Mousy, before I got into my big clutter lecture, which I'm fairly certain I've given you before, probably multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's my. I just think we're weighed down by stuff. I won't get into it. I won't start. But all I'm saying is when you have that feeling, rent that dumpster. They're expensive, but not that expensive.
Yeah, and I mean they have lots of options. But I was looking into options. They have these big bag things that you can get now, and they'll come and they'll take those away. I was like, we need to look into getting one of those. But like, I have to pack up not my oldest, my middle kiddo's room, and we're gonna start sending her stuff out to Denver to her. Well, it's Centennial, it's not Denver, but to Colorado, and then she's gonna come get some of it and come get her kitty, and or I'm gonna take it out there. We haven't. Okay, I think what we're gonna do. I think we finally settled on this. I'm gonna rent a car. I'm gonna drive her stuff and her cat out there, and then I'm gonna drive and go see my aunt, and then maybe make a couple of other stops, and then I'm gonna come home. So yeah, that's what I think we're gonna stick with doing. But until then, so I don't have to carry so much stuff, we're going to pack it up. Like I'm gonna pack up a box this week, ship it out the next week. Pack up another box, ship it out. Just keep shipping stuff out so I don't have as much. But there's a lot of stuffed animals. A lot of stuffed animals. She doesn't need that many stuffed animals.
No.
I wonder if she's gonna notice when I don't send her. That's so wrong. I shouldn't do that to her. But
It's not wrong. I used to do it to somebody I lived with.
but we'll have her room is going to be empty. So the plan is to start emptying out all the other rooms and then like start renovating the house, like new flooring and painting and eventually, knocking out the kitchen and redoing the whole kitchen because that thing is just pissing me off. My kitchen makes me so angry. It makes no sense.
Well, I'd start with getting rid of some stuff.
Yeah, we're going to start with getting rid of the stuff though.
I'm with Just Britt. Have a cheap yard sale. Because if you put it, like, just set it all out and be like, it's $1. Or just set it on the curb. People come get it. That's what I do with my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I have the veterans pick up, like, really good stuff. But then sometimes I just set. My neighbor called me one day and she goes, I love it. Every week I play the game and guess what you're going to put on the curb. I'm like, something. I'm getting it out of my house. Yeah, you got to move this stuff. Like, see, here's my hypothesis as well. She moved, left all that stuff at your house, and hasn't come back for it. How much does she really care about that stuff?
Yeah, and like I know it's like it hasn't been like her getting back and forth to here hasn't been as easy because of how far away she is. But and when she did come back, because she's been back 3 times since she moved, she did take like extra stuff with her. Like she only brought 1 bag back with her, and she took 4 bags with her when she left. So she has taken stuff. It's just it's like I told her we should have just rented a truck and filled that thing up and taken it. But I think it was at first she wasn't sure she was going to stay out there long term, and now she is going to stay out there long term. So I get it. She's 20. She just turned 20.
When I was in my 20s, my mom called me And she goes, "You have 7 days to get your stuff out of my house." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Anything that you have stored here that you want, 7 days." She goes, "If you don't collect it, then I'm getting rid of it." And she goes, "Even if it's here after 7 days, you are not allowed to collect it after that." And she did. She did the dumpster thing, and she had 2 guys come over and she just pointed at stuff and said, "Get it out." I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
And she was right, because I was just leaving stuff at her house to like not store it at my own home. So I took what I wanted and I left the rest.
Yeah, and like that's something else I thought about doing too, is like actually like taking my phone in there and doing like a video call with her and being like, look, okay, before I start packing this up, you need to tell me what you want, what you don't want. Because there's no point in us trying to even pack it up and send it to you if you don't really want it.
Yeah, totally do that, because that's a waste of money.
Mm-hmm. And even for me to have to drive it out there, that's still a waste of, my time to pack it up and box it up and get boxes and, have to figure out how we're going to put it in the vehicle and then, get it out there. So it's like if she doesn't really want it, then we don't need to pack it up and send it. So, yeah, that's something that we really need to do. And then,
Even if you just scheduled like an hour a week and you're like, "Okay, let's get on the phone call and I'll just hold stuff up. You tell me."
it either goes in the keep box or the it's going out today box.
Grace Case, she loved it because my dad was a clutter bug and she was not. So when she hired those 2 guys in that dumpster, she was like, "Get this junk out." And we had like the kids, obviously, when people would pass away and they're like, "Do you want this furniture or these dishes?" Well, when you're a teenager, you're like, "Yeah, we'll keep it," because you don't have anything. And then when we moved out, we just left it all at my mom's house. She was like, "No more." I think Mousy left again. I'll do it, Teresa. That's what I do sometimes for people. I don't do like organizing per se, I do decluttering. And usually you will end up mad at me before the day is through. Oh, maybe she did go for Tootsie Rolls. Did you have a Tootsie Roll?
Huh?
I said, did you have a Tootsie Roll?
No, I had a cat try to climb up my back, and I was like, please stop, please get off me, please get the claws out.
Oh, cats.
Yes, gotta love the kitties. They're like, at least it wasn't Meatloaf, because he would have started biting too, and that would have hurt. That would have
Meatloaf is
really hurt.
blind, everyone.
Yes, he is the blind kitty.
So he is a little reactive on occasion. But
Oh, and
he's super
my
cute.
phone finally decided not to be stupid anymore. So yay!
Well, that's what, when you went silent, I was like, is something happening, or did your phone die?
No, it was the cat trying to climb up my back, and then I set everything down, and I was like, oh, you gotta get off. And I was like trying to be quiet about it, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna hurt if they call me. And then all of a sudden, I picked my phone up, and like the screen was black, and I was like, oh no! And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm still there. Whew. Got a little scared there for a minute. But yeah, everyone in my house might be mad at you for like the decluttering except for me. Because my poor mom, I loved her to death, but she refused to throw anything away.
They won't be mad because everyone, after you get rid of stuff, you feel better.
Yeah. Like, I know cleaning my mom's house out was just like a relief because it was like she was never going to fix any of the stuff. She didn't keep garbage. Okay. It wasn't anything like that. And, but she would, like, if a TV broke, she's like, I'm going to go get that repaired. Well, they don't really do that anymore, Mom, but okay, you keep that TV. And then she put another TV on top of it. It's like, come on, Mom, no.
Well, that's what I have certain things like that too. Like I'll find a cool piece of furniture and I'll be like, no, I can repair this. So every once in a while I have to be like, you're not going to repair it. Like,
Yeah,
put it
she
back
just
out on the
never
curb.
she just never got to the point where she would let it go. And like she had like 5 irons, and it's like, Mom, only 2 of these work. Come on, can we get rid of the rest of them? You don't need them. Even if you could fix them, you don't need them. It was insane. And I'm not saying my mom was insane, but she did have a hoarding problem.
So
And
my
I'm
best
glad it
friend is, oh, I'm sorry.
I was just glad it didn't go any further than what it did, because I have seen some people get real bad.
My best friend is a hoarder. And like not a you can't walk through his house hoarder, but he's a hoarder. And he called me when I was over there helping him clean out his basement. And I found this box of like clearly from high school of like books and paper and pens and pencils. So I threw all the pens and pencils out because I'm not going to sit and go through and make sure 500 pens from 20 years ago still work. And they're all, like the cheap Bic pens. And we had a huge fight about it. But like that,
Oh,
but that casual fight where I'm like, listen, just throw all these away. And he's like, but they're good pens. I'm like, I don't think they are. I don't think they're still good. And I was like, I will go to the store right now, buy you a fresh 10 pack of Bic pens. Just throw all this garbage away. And this is how it ended. He goes, you are really stressing me out right now.
oh.
uh, so we still laugh about it sometimes. I'll be like, am I really stressing you out right now? Also, get rid of that stuff.
And I can understand how that went down, because that's the kind of stuff my mom would do too. It's like, Mom, come on, we don't need this. Well,
Yeah.
someone might. No.
Spoiler alert, we all have the same stuff in our house. And it's going to waste in our like closets and everything. Stuff is meant to be used. If you aren't using it, give it to someone who can and stop buying stuff you can't use.
And then,
Yeah.
like,
A
okay.
tchotchke, like a knickknack. See, I don't mind like, I really don't have a lot of them in my house though because I don't want to dust them.
Yeah,
But
we don't
yeah,
have like any little knickknacks. We just have a lot of stuffed animals. A lot of stuffed animals.
some people love them. Like my estate sale friend has 100 million in her house. And she does like swap them out and stuff. It's still too much.
That is a lot. Well, it was like when
Uh,
I showed you, Brian's little collection of superheroes. It's like that's a lot of superheroes, and you didn't even see the ones that you had put up. So
I
it's like,
saved that picture. Let me tell you why. Because when I need to clean my house, but I don't feel like cleaning my house, here's a handy trick for everyone. I turn on that show Hoarders, and then I'm like, oh my God. And I like freak out and I will clean my whole house. So
and it works. I can tell you, it does work.
it absolutely works because I'm like, oh no. Like, what if someone came? What if something like an emergency happened? Someone walked in here right now. I'm like, there's stuff everywhere. I've got to pick it up. But also, when you watch that show, you will cry every episode because it is
Yeah,
also heartbreaking.
and it's it's heartbreaking because the people that are hoarding clearly have some issues, that some unresolved issues for a reason they're doing that. And I feel bad because I never found out what my mom's unresolved issues were. And she really did need help, but at least it didn't, like I said, at least it never got worse than what it really was. So, I don't know. It's
The
just,
animal hoarding is the worst. That's the one that really gets me upset.
that is bad.
Also,
And
how do they, because like where I live, I mean, I guess you could get around it, but you're only allowed to have a certain number of animals. And it's not that many.
yeah, well, okay, where I live, right? If you live inside the city limits, you're allowed to have 3 pets in your home. If you're outside of the city limits, because I guess part of the county is considered rural, there's really no limit. You just have to be able to take care of them. So, and you can't and dogs in Clayton, Fayette, and Fulton County, Georgia, it's illegal to tether dogs. So you can't have them chained up or anything. So you have to, you at least have to have a space, and you have to have shelter for them, and obvious water and food. But then, where I live, because I do live in a mobile home community, it's where if the management sees you tethering animals, they will evict you because they're like, no, we're not going to have that. But there's 2 other mobile home parks in the county I live in, and they are really bad. I mean, they really are bad. They have chickens running around. They have dogs and cats running around. We even saw a turkey one time. It was kind of a lot going on there. And they don't do anything about it because it's not inside city limits. Nothing they can do about it. Makes no sense. But that's Georgia law. So, And I don't think it's every county in Georgia. It just depends on how much of their county is considered rural area. That's all I got.
See, sorry, I couldn't get it to mute to click off. Yeah, we had I don't know if they were feral cats, but we had an outdoor cat population problem for a while, and the city would not come pick them up because they're like, well, they take care of, the vermin if there's mice or rats. And I'm like, there's too many. First of all, they come up and annoy my cat and fight my cat through the screens. I can't leave my windows open at night anymore. And there's just too many of them walking around. That's not safe. But I think they did come through and finally clean up the neighborhood because there were multiple people celebrating. We're like, yes. And I don't see them around as much anymore.
Yeah, and I've told you before, my sister-in-law and one of our neighbors literally went around and caught all of the cats they knew didn't have homes, and no one was claiming, and got them all spayed and neutered and brought them back because they didn't have anywhere else to take them. They were being fed by the residents here.
Well, that's it. And I was like, at least come trap and release them, get them neutered so we don't have more.
Yeah, and then so they tried to get the Humane Society to come in and help them because they're just 2 older ladies trying to do all this stuff, and so they needed some help. So they asked the Humane Society, and they had a meeting with the community management, and the manager said no. And then they went to animal control, and animal control said no. And then animal control went to the Humane Society and said, if we catch you on the property, we're going to have you arrested because they don't want you there. But she wanted all the cats gone. I was like, make that make sense, please. You don't want to do anything to stop the cat population except for them to go somewhere, and there's nowhere for them to go.
I know. That's what I was like. Can you at least come like fix all these cats? Because you can hear them screaming in the middle of the night and you're like, great. It's like, we're going to have kittens soon.
Yeah, because they were gonna, they fight for territory, they fight for the girls, then they have the kittens, and then it's a whole cycle. And yeah, it was a pain in the butt. And like one of my neighbors, when she moved, because she was like 82, she moved, and apparently she had like 22 cats, and she didn't take them with her. She took one with her,
First of
and just
all, no.
yeah.
22 is 20 too many.
Now there were 6 of them that hung around outside that she did not bring in, but the rest of them were inside of her mobile home.
Ugh.
And I was
No
like,
matter how
oh
clean you are, that had to stink.
my God. Yeah, I was kind of like, oh Lord, no.
I mean, you can't clean, like, that's literally cleaning litter boxes all of the time.
Yeah. And, Jennifer, my sister, she's like trying to do something with them. And it was too much. Like, we got a couple of them rehomed. And then they were getting mad at us because there was all these cats running around. And I'm like, well, if I don't feed them, they dig in my garbage. And if I don't feed them, they kill the birds. So I'm feeding them. I can't have them digging in my garbage every night. It's just not going to happen. So it was a battle, but now, it's a lot better than what it was. So I'm hoping people don't start just dropping kittens off again, because this year we've only found 3 kittens in the park.
That's
And
amazing.
normally it would be like 3 dozen litters of kittens. So they
And
worked
you
their
found
butts off.
everybody homes.
Yeah, they were never getting rehomed. They were never, they were just here. So, yeah. Oh, Juju, I think I am going to jump off of here.
Yeah, I'm going to shut it down too. It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, I just realized, oh my God, it's 1 a.m. and I'm kind of tired. Oh, actually, it's 2 a.m. I'm an hour ahead of you.
Yep.
Oh, no. All right. Well, good night, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and hop off and let Juju shut this down.
Good night, Mousy.
Bye.
All right. Anybody else have anything going on that we should discuss before we shut it down? You guys getting sleepy? I am. I'm going to go to bed as well. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And I will see you in the next chat. Bye.